Welcome to the Game Week 16 recap, everybody. This is the Drogfather with all of the highlights and some of the lowlights. I'll get right into it. High score this week was Riyadh the Lightning with 73. Congratulations. Chelsea felt that lightning in their game this week. Low score this week was 29, courtesy of the Weasels. Nobody played any chips or bench boosts or anything like that. It's all natural. Top 5 goes like this. Slacker beat Average by 1 point. Congratulations. Promoted, lost to Birds the Word. 4th place, Drogfather myself, lost to Bakuna Matata. 5th place, Bayern Munich beat Milner Light. And Dan was in 6th place. He beat Dukes of Hazzard. He will now move up into 5th. Your new top 5 are going to look like this next week. Slacker is going to take on Promoted in a 1v2 matchup. That'll be good and important. Average plays myself, or I play Average, however you want to say that. Bayern Munich takes on No Bones FC, and Dan takes on Crotch Shots. This was Game Week 16, but I want to let you guys know Game Week 17, and then in the following one after that, Game Week 18 is when the Cup starts, when your team will play some other random team from anybody in the EPL or anybody in the Fantasy Premier League. So maybe keep transfers in mind, chips, whatever you want to call it. None of us have really done all that well in the Cup so far since we've been doing this. I hope someone really does well this year. Just want to clue you guys into that. In the real league, your repeated now Premier League overlords are Leicester City. 2-1 win over Chelsea today. Pretty easy, pretty handy. Not much problem with the former league winners, much to my dismay. Mahrez's goal, and I've included a link to all the top 5 goals here. His is the top goal, and you'll see why. It was just dirty. He's so good that the first touch he has coming from the cross is just unreal, and then he just makes Azpilicueta look stupid. Rightly so. Chelsea are now in 16th. They will take on Sunderland, who are in 19th next week. You heard it here. The relegation battle has officially begun. What is going to happen with Jose Mourinho? Are they going to let him spend some money in January and give him a little longer? Are they going to cut the cord? Is Hazard going to go to Real? Who knows? What I do know is that I think it will be nearly impossible for Leicester not to sell their prized assets in Vardy and Mahrez. So enjoy Leicester while you can, because their 2 main scorers, as far as I understand it, it will be very, very, very difficult for them to stay at Leicester after January. Arsenal 2-0 over Aston Villa, easy win there. Pretty handy. Man City 2-1 over Swansea. Gomes finally is back in the goals with a authoritative strike. Joe Hart, you'll see in the clip, just buries his face in the dirt in the grass afterwards. Just really, a rough one. Then Yaya Toure comes back and wins him the game by kicking one off Ina Akicho's, I don't know how to say his name, his back. Basically, Yaya Toure does what Yaya Toure does whenever he sometimes feels like it, which is exert his will on the game. Next week, Man City faced Arsenal at the Emirates, and City have been less than stellar away from home this year, and kind of last year too. So we will see how that plays out. Let's see what else we had. Manchester United 1, Bournemouth 2. So at least, hey, if Chelsea are losing, then I can take pleasure in United losing to Bournemouth. Bournemouth! Last week they beat Chelsea. This week they beat United. Maybe they might stay up. They might stay up. You never know. They get West Brom next week. Tottenham lost to Newcastle 2-1. Perez had a pretty nice goal, although it looked like Lloris was just asleep. But Newcastle just worked him. So Tottenham, I think this is the first time they've lost, since this season began, or maybe they only had one other loss. Anyway, they're still in 5th. And in other leagues, actually, Champions League draws came out for February. Chelsea are going to take on PSG. And let's see who else we have. Man City are taking on Dynamo Kiev, and Arsenal are facing Barcelona. Now, I know as a Chelsea fan, I don't have a whole lot to gloat about this season. We are doing terribly. But hey, I'm looking for a light. And we've made it this far in the Champions League. I'm happy about that. Judging based on the way we're playing now, I highly doubt we're going to move past PSG. But I have hope. And my hope is, I can take consolation in the fact that as good as Arsenal are, I don't think they're moving past Barcelona. Man City, congratulations, you got the easy draw out of these three with Dinamo Kiev. See you guys next week.